The Princess of Wales is spotted as her return to royal duty may be delayed as conspiracy theories keep on mounting. Nick Bullen, editor-in-chief of True Royalty TV, reacts to the countless reports.
I'm told by people that she is feeling under pressure by all of this, that she is feeling that the news cycle is out of control and it is having an impact on her.
And Lady Rose denies that she had an affair with Prince William as the palace slams reports that King Charles has died. Plus, Meghan Markle returns to Instagram and William and Harry honor their late mother. We've got that plus so much more in today's Royally S. Hey everyone, I'm Christina and that's Christine. Welcome. Yes, this is welcome to a crazy week of royal news because the insanity just keeps on mounting.
I really thought that some of the stories this week were going to quiet everyone down, and it seems to have only added to the noise.
It really has. We're going to get into it in a second, see what you had to say about last week's show. Richard says, when this nonsense has blown over, I actually think Prince William and Princess Catherine will be even more popular. The general public can see they've been wronged and deserve better. And then finally, what horrible things could possibly have been photoshopped out of the picture that would make it so scandalous? Does the media never publish pictures that have been photoshopped? What conspiracy could there possibly be? The media and the haters are making a big deal because of their unreasonable curiosity about personal private health issues that are none of their business. So we're going to dive into the Photoshop thing in a little bit. But before we get into Kate, let's talk about King Charles. And we're going to start by spilling the royal tea this week because there's just so many rumors going around. So let's start. So King Charles is alive and well, despite a viral report claiming otherwise. So according to the New York Post, Buckingham Palace got involved after a Russian news organization shared an announcement that Charles had died. Buckingham Palace said, we are happy to confirm that the king is continuing with official and private business. And this was, of course, in response to that Russian media outlet's original report. A lot of this came about because there was rumors that Buckingham Palace was going, and Buckingham Palace and the BBC were preparing a major announcement regarding the royal family. Some fans believe that the news would be about Princess Kate and her whereabouts following her surgery. Another thought maybe it had to do with King Charles's cancer battle. At the time that we are recording this, no such announcement has been made, but I think that's where these rumors started from.
Yeah, this is a really interesting sort of explosion on X, Twitter, and just all over social media, which is really a recurring theme this week in all of our stories. These are just rumors running wild on social media with no real basis to them. My understanding, your understanding is that no one is waiting for an announcement. There's no major injunction. No one has been from the press has actually been notified of this major announcement. It's just something that has popped up in a viral tweet. And so this story was almost comical in these social media accounts saying that King Charles III has died, and another, no, he hasn't. Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. The king is alive and well. We saw photos of him meeting with Korean War veterans. So he is definitely doing well and back to business.
Back to business. Well, Kate is not back to business, but she is back to shopping. She was spotted at the Windsor farm on March 16th. Video of her has gone viral. The Sun reported, and we saw that she was joined by Prince William, and onlookers told the publication that she appeared happy, relaxed, and healthy. They reportedly spent that morning watching their kids partake in various sporting activities. So this is raising a lot of questions, this video, because a lot of people are now saying that it's not her, that it's like this body double that has come forward, or somebody that looks just like her. I mean, Andy Cohen even weighed in and said that's not Kate. So, you know, I think that they wanted to maybe, I don't know if they staged this, we don't know, but they maybe wanted to put some of these rumors to rest. And now it's just getting even more crazy.
Yeah, so the man who took the video admitted that he was shopping in the Windsor Farm shop. He saw them. He then went and hid in the car and sent the video to his family. And then once he sort of heard back from his family about all these crazy rumors, he decided to release the video. So initially he just took this to send to his family, and then he thought it might do William and Kate some good, that the public could see them out and about. Kate's alive and well. She, clearly looks very much like herself, except that social media, again, is convinced that it is not Kate. We have no reason to believe it's not the Princess of Wales. Onlookers said that they walked to the farm shop from Windsor Great Park where they live. It just is so bizarre to me. We've seen the metadata from the photos, so we know when it was taken, and really all signs point to this is in fact the Princess of Wales. This farm shop's really close to their house. It's a really common, popular Saturday event to go to the farm shop and pick up some fresh bread and some fresh meats and bring back for lunch. I know we do that. We have a farm shop near our house. So there's nothing suspicious here. There's no reason to think it's not the Princess of Wales. It looks just like her. She's wearing shoes that she owns. I mean, I don't know how much more convincing people need.
Is it normal for the two of them to just do like these normal activities, go to a farm shop on the weekend on their own? Kate carrying her own bags after an abdominal surgery and things like that too. So, I mean, there's so many questions that are mounting, but is this a normal weekend activity for them?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, especially the sports in the morning. We know that when they're up in Norfolk, there's farm shops up there where they've been spotted, or little cafes. They'll run to the pub. They'll go out for date nights. So we've seen them doing this in Norfolk, and we know that their life in Windsor is much quieter or much more private than it was in London. So they are able to sort of pop out to the shop. Again, this shop is just outside Windsor Great Park. It's an easy, like they walked, it's really close.
Yeah.
So it is likely. We have heard that Kate, before her surgery, was out and about in Windsor. All of this is normal. If you follow the royal family very closely, if you really hear all the sightings that pop up on social media, on Instagram, this is very consistent with their lifestyle. They do actually live a life off of social media. They're often out and about on the weekends, where no one takes a pap photo, no one posts a video to Instagram. And actually, sometimes people do post fit pictures to Instagram and they just never go viral. So this is totally in the wheelhouse of William and Kate's private life.
Yeah, no, it definitely seems like it. And who knows, maybe they did want to prove that she's okay and that she's normal without explaining anything. They thought maybe that this would just be proof, but it seems like everything they're doing lately is just backfiring and just not working out. But now that there's some rumors going around that actually her return to royal duty may be delayed. So we're hearing that. And then sources also told us weekly that nobody at the palace actually knows the exact medical condition that Kate has been suffering. She's is a very transparent person, but she's not really capable of lying, but at this stage, and she just wants her privacy. So we're hearing that maybe some top people in the royal household don't even really know what's going on as well, and that she is going to open up about it when she feels comfortable. Maybe she'll do it when she's at walkabouts and things like that, when people ask her. And it just doesn't seem like she's probably going to hold a big press conference and tell everybody her personal business. But it seems like there's just a lot of lack of communication going on.
Yeah, this story came from the Sunday Times journalist Roya Nika, who worked very closely with sources who work with William and Kate. So this is really as close to directly from them as I think we'll ever get. And they did say that, first of all, she may not be back right after Easter. It'll probably be just consistent with the way that they do things once the kids go back to school after their Easter sort of spring break. And yeah, they've kept this diagnosis so quiet. They're so tight-lipped about it. And I think that's out of necessity, because the only way to keep these things private is to tell absolutely no one. And that's why when you see rumors popping up on social media from these major Instagram accounts saying, I've heard from sources that this is what the Princess of Wales had, or this is what's happening, they're absolutely unfounded, because even people who work with the Princess of Wales every single day don't know what condition she's suffering from. I really think it's probably very close family and no one else. And that's really because otherwise there's no other way to keep this private and for Kate to sort of have ownership of her own medical history, her own medical diagnosis. The only way is to not tell anyone. So we're definitely not getting a ton of information. And I think the public, even you and I, are probably a little bit frustrated. We want to see her back in action again. Yes. But I think it's out of necessity, because if they say anything to anyone, you risk, millions of people on Twitter finding out.
Right. But then on the other hand, because I know so many people flooded our comments too and being like, it's none of our business. Yes, it's none of our business. But when you are arguably the most famous person in the world, wouldn't you have wanted to put out this fire right from the beginning, tell everybody what it is, and then just move on? Because it's just, we said it last week, it's just snowballed into this story that is bigger than them now. It's just kind of getting out of hand. So I feel like if they just told us a little bit, maybe a little bit more, maybe not exactly what it was, maybe just a little bit more, we all could have just moved on. And all these crazy conspiracy theories wouldn't have happened. It would have been a non-story.
Yeah, I think that there were small ways to still respect Kate's privacy, still give the Princess of Wales time to recover privately, but to give the public just a little bit more. I think the Prince and Princess of Wales and their Kensington Palace office underestimated what social media was going to do with sort of a void in royal news. And really, if you go out and about, if you go to the grocery store, most people are not deep into conspiracy theories. Here in the UK, most people just, I hope she gets better, I wish her well, and aren't really invested in this story the way that everyone is on social media. But it's, you can't avoid, as soon as you log on to, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, whatever it is, you're flooded with these viral videos and these viral conspiracy theories. I think someone sent me one that was like 26 parts. And I was like, no
insane. Yeah.
26-part TikTok video.
Right. Well, like in the day and age of all these internet sleuths, you can't really, I mean, maybe the motto of never complain, never explain can't really be applicable anymore in a social media age. I mean, it's just, and I forget who we spoke to about it, how the royal family really needs to modernize with the times, because it just doesn't work the way it used to. Unfortunately, I mean, everybody's entitled to their privacy, but I don't know. I feel like they need to strike some sort of balance moving forward. All right, so Getty Images issued a statement on March 18th revealing that a photo shared via the official Prince and Princess of Wales Instagram account in April of 2023 was actually manipulated. They said Getty Images has reviewed the image in question and placed an editor's note on it, stating that the image has been digitally enhanced. This, a spokesperson told The Telegraph. And this actually comes after, Kate's uncle was on Big Brother saying that there was not a chance in hell that she would Photoshop that photo herself of the Mother's Day photo. And also the global news director of France claimed that the palace is absolutely not considered a trusted source following the photo scandal. So now this is a whole new fallout because a lot of people aren't trusting the images that they put forward. I mean, Getty had somebody go back and look at these images and said that they were altered. And now a lot of news agencies maybe can't trust the royal family anymore. But granted, I mean, a lot of people put a filter, change things here and there. They're not the first people to Photoshop an image. I mean, look at everybody on Instagram. Everybody is doing some sort of Photoshopping. But it just seems like now that they have a target on their back.
Yeah, I think, first of all, I'm not going to tell you which ones, but there are other photos released by the Prince and Princess of Wales that have been Photoshopped. We've seen signs of it before because it is sort of very normalized in today's day and age. I really think that the onus and the responsibility has to fall on these photo agencies, because how many of their photos have been manipulated? And if they're going to comb through the archives, now we know that this is a result of AI imaging, and it's a very new sort of guidelines that were put forward as AI photos and photo manipulation has become really dangerous. And there's, a really blurred line between what's real and what's not. I think the photo agencies now need to take a look at what their guidelines actually are going to be, how they're going to verify that, because it's not just the Prince and Princess of Wales. It's everybody, it's every major office, agency, every politician who, wants to look a little bit younger to appeal to a different crowd. It's just the photo agencies really need to take this on them to just create different, clearer guidelines, because I don't see Photoshop going away anytime soon, but, we've got to find a balance.
We do. We have to find a balance. Stephen Colbert set off a wildfire because he brought up this. So basically, he put on his detective hat when it comes to speculation surrounding Prince William and Princess Kate's marriage. So he said on his Late Show, "I'm afraid I've got some troubling news about England's royal family. Internet sleuths are guessing that Kate's absence may be related to her husband and the future King of England, William having an affair. After noting his heart goes out to poor Kate, he joked he's ready to spill the tea, literally, as an employee handed him a china cup filled with tea. He went on to refer to Sarah Rose Hanbury, saying, now there have been rumors of an affair between William and Rose since 2019. According to tabloids, back then when Kate supposedly confronted him about it, he laughed it off, saying there was nothing to it. Aha, always a good response when your wife accuses you of cheating. He explained that Hanbury is an old friend of the royals and is married to a close friend of William's, David Rocksavage. So like we said, rumors of this affair began in 2019 after it was reported that Kate and Rose had a falling out over the alleged scandal. Kensington Palace never commented on the speculation, but she actually responded via her lawyers saying that this is absolutely false, that they never had an affair. So for her to speak out about this, had to say something as well. And it just, this really kind of took off. And now there's all these, like we said, conspiracy theories of Kate wanting to leave William because of this affair. And yeah, Stephen Colbert really opened up Pandora's box on this one. All right, well, let's break down the royal rules. And we're going to talk about this even more with our friend, editor-in-chief of True Royalty TV, Nick Bullen. Take a look. I mean, how are William and Kate, if you've heard, how are they feeling behind the scenes? Is it panic mode? Is it anger that so many people are kind of running wild with these theories, like we said? Because even people were saying that that video of Kate and William at the farm was taken months ago, because I guess there's like a wreath hanging up in the background. And, you know, it's not really, you know, so like we said, it's just, how are they feeling behind the scenes? Is it panic mode?
Look, I haven't spoken to them. I don't know how they're feeling, but talking to people who are connected to them, I think with William, it's very much, let's just get on with the job in hand. You know, you've seen him out today at the homeless charity. He's been referencing Kate today, saying, you know, this is very much my wife's territory. You know, I think that was, you know, it's clear that they're trying to send a message of, we're relaxed, it's fine. That said, you know, William is someone who can get very angry when things don't go in his direction, and I think he will be very, very angry at the conspiracy theories that are flying around. Very angry at the speculation. Very angry that the messaging is appearing to get out of control. So I think he will be incredibly frustrated and probably angry. I think with the Princess of Wales, it's a different thing. I'm told by people that she is feeling under pressure by all of this, that she is feeling that the news cycle is out of control and it is having an impact on her. So I think there's probably split things going on. Trying to say that it's business as usual, let's get on with it all. But I think there will be anger, frustration, and mounting pressure behind those Adelaide Cottage walls.
Now all of these affair rumors are now resurfacing too with Lady Rose, and now she's been kind of dragged into the mix. I know that she spoke out through her lawyers, but is that totally unfair to bring up something like this? Because like we, you know, kind of jumping off the conspiracy theories, but that is that vacuum that people are like, oh, right, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's that.
Absolutely. I mean, look, I know people who know William very, very well, who are very clear that the affair stuff is utter rubbish. You know, lots of the other things flying around may or may not be true. Who knows? But the affair piece is rubbish, as far as I'm told by those who know him well and are close to him. And I think it goes against everything that he stands for, and also the childhood that he comes from. You know, he saw the damage that affairs can cause, and it's just, I believe, and what I'm told, is just not in his psyche. What I can tell you, absolutely 100%, is I know people who know the Marchioness of Cholmondeley, Rose Cholmondeley, very, very well. And she absolutely was not having an affair with the Prince of Wales, and was very, very, very upset. Even when those rumours broke a few years ago, she was very upset by them then. She's still very upset by them now. And I think that is something the royal family could possibly learn from, is that these vacuums that are created other people can be collateral damage in these vacuums. And, perhaps they need to think about that collateral damage. But the affairs, I can say pretty categorically here and now, rubbish.
All right, well, let's round out our news of the week. Yes, there was other royal news to talk about. Prince Harry and Prince William honored their late mother, Princess Diana, her legacy at the annual charitable awards ceremony in her honor. Prince Harry told honorees, "My mom would be incredibly proud of all the work that you've done. I'm incredibly proud, and thank you for doing everything that you do. I'm sorry I can't be there. I wish I could be there with you guys." Prince William spoke beforehand, before Harry got on the mic and sending a virtual message, and he kind of said the same things, that his mother would be extremely proud of the work that everybody has done and continues to do. But interesting that William didn't hang around for Harry's remarks. Not so surprising about that one.
Yeah, I think if you were in the room, it didn't seem quite as weird as when you're reporting a story and it seems that William spoke first, left, and then Harry was allowed to come on. Yeah. I think in the large scheme of the awards show, it made a lot more sense. And it was nice that both of her sons were able to take part in this eponymous award scheme.
Definitely. And then rounding out the week, Meghan Markle returned to Instagram. Probably not the noise that she wanted to make about this, since everything else was going on, but this was the first time she returned to Instagram in 5 years. She now officially launched the American Riviera Orchid brand on March 14th. And while details were kind of slim, the account Instagram bio reads, "By Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, established 2024. Some reports suggest that the account name is a nod to her and Prince Harry's California town of Santa Barbara, with speculation that the project will act as a follow-up to her former blog, The Tig." And I mean, we've talked about this. There was always rumors that she was going to relaunch The Tig. So it seems like maybe this is the next business venture. The Tig, included a lot of like the things that she was very much into, recipes, kind of like a Goop type of thing.
So sources close to this, it sounds very goopy. It's like Goop meets Barefoot Contessa. There's supposedly recipes, cookbooks, maybe a TV show with Netflix in the works, along with an entire product line of things like jams, preserves, nut butters. So it sounds very much like a Nancy Meyers film, especially if you look at the video clip that she posted. I know a lot of people were sort of saying like, maybe I'm not the biggest fan of Meghan, but this actually looks really amazing. So I am excited to see how this goes, because it looks very much with it, it's very on brand for her. It looks really interesting. I think it'll be really popular. But yeah, this was a weird week to launch this, because I'm sure she thought it was going to be a huge story, and it was like the least exciting story of the week.
It really was. It really was. But I'm sure we'll be watching to see what she posts, what she's into, and I'm sure a lot of people will be taking notes.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is it for this week of Royal News. I mean, we all need a breather after this one. But I'm sure next week will be even crazier. We'll have to wait and see. But we're going to be recapping it every step of the way. Christine, thank you so much for your insight and expertise, as always.
Yeah.